What's up? What's up? What's up, my people? You are now tuned in for another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena, and I am your host and lyrical genius, Black Titanium, baby. Oh, and do I have the news that cries the blues all the way from head to your shoes for you, baby? Oh, yes. Because, as you know, if you have watched the news that has given you the blues on your TV screen, known as the situator, then you have fell victim to the manipulator, baby. Trust me. So, as we talk about the revolution, protests still going down and the youth is still popping off, man. You know, shout out to all my youth that was doing their thing. Now, but all them niggas that was just trying to, live off the name. See, that's what I wanted to talk about. You got a lot of people who trying to, drag it on so they want to get credit for, being nice people. That's cool. Or they got, they really got issues. They want to, they got a revolution of their own. That's cool. But, like I seen the protest here the other day. See, this is why I say there's got to be some type of wisdom in the march. Because basically what I seen in this protest is that, all the protesters, they came for a peaceful protest, but they didn't consult black people before they start protesting. I can tell. Because every real militant that's ever been in the protests, like the Mumia marches and shit like that, the marches in Philly, Mumia and all that, and all other type of shits, then they will know, man, you don't never go to a motherfucking protest just thinking that shit is going to end peacefully. Because there's been plenty of protesters that we said was going to be peaceful. That shit ended violently. Serious. So, whoever the oldest person is need to understand, man. And when you go on the protest, you got to understand, man, that, the police probably see what the fuck I saw. That a lot of these, a lot of these white people, they basically Satanist motherfuckers, cultist niggas that just want to live off the strength of being a protester and get props for that shit. They working for the government, inserted into the motherfucking game. They trying to live off the strength of this shit and trying to basically use that shit for hidden agendas and shit. So basically, due to the fact that a lot of people don't know the rules about a protest, like I said, they don't know that shit can end violently. And this is what the police know. They said, man, you know what? I'm getting tired of these motherfuckers protesting this bullshit. And we know it ain't about George Floyd no more. Real talk. And now, I'm not side with the police. Fuck no. You already know that. But what I'm telling you is the rules here, man. The shit, you don't go into this shit unprepared. When you go into, you gotta think geometrically on these motherfuckers, because basically, like I said, it's not gonna always end, and it should not always end peacefully. See, they started this shit, and and basically it's gonna it's gonna keep on, it's gonna escalate, because you can't put off the inevitable, man. If you go out robbing, stealing every day, one day you're going to jail. If you go out doing anything, it's going to be a consequences if you do it constantly, and it's fucked up, it's something fucked up is going to happen from it. And not to mention that the very same day that they had the protest, that very morning, that very morning, they buried a cop. Right out here, yeah. So you know they was gonna come out, say, you know, fuck that, we gonna... And they basically, what they did, they ambushed the protesters. Because they know that the protesters was the youth and who had no wisdom within that circle. You should have consulted the militant first. Serious. They knew that they had no wisdom in it, so they said, we're going to draw them in and we're going to show these motherfuckers what it really feel like to have this shit burn in your skin, have this shit burn in your eyes. Yeah, they got they was pepper spraying motherfuckers, all that shit. But that's part of that comes with the territory of the protest. You got to know when you go into that motherfucker, oh, it's going to be shit coming from the other side, and it's going to be heavier than a lot of us. You know, I done got cracked upside my head a bunch of motherfucking times. Oh, yeah. That's why a bunch of motherfuckers are scared to go to the protest. Getting beat, taken to jail, you know, trumped up charges on you and shit. We know, yeah, yeah. And then when you get to the jail, they beat your ass again, but you know. But a lot of people don't go through that because the white people that's basically in it, they giving them a pass. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why this shit has been able to drag on, because the white people that's in it, they giving them a pass, but they basically getting tired of that shit. They saying these motherfuckers don't even really know what a protest consists of on an all-around board. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know. You gotta know whenever you go to a protest, you gotta know. Nigga, come to the protest with some pipes, a knife. These motherfuckers are strapped up. They got sticks. They got guns and all that. They can shoot you anytime they want. So you supposed to have your shit. So this is what you gotta understand, man. If the protest is, if you feel like, if it's that serious, you gotta basically arm your people, man, when they come out. You can't be just fighting with toothbrushes and these motherfuckers is, got big oak wood sticks and shit that don't break. And they're not even gonna break over your head. Serious. They got motherfucking tasers, they got motherfucking guns, all this shit. And white people got comfortable with that shit, thinking that, they ain't gonna do nothing to us. We part of the white supremacy. Nah. That's when a lot of motherfucking white people feel like big time idiots. When they find out, nigga, you're just expendable just as well as black people. So, I mean, if you really want to play this out, you gotta take the consequences they take every day. This is what our shit consists of every fucking day. Some form of fashion, man. Yeah, you gotta be ready for this shit every day. That's why I don't be going to the marches, because you got a bunch of evil motherfuckers that's trying to march with you, man. I can't be marching with no evil motherfuckers that I know that just killed 3 motherfucking black people last week, or raped a black chick last week, or he's a fucking pedophile raping black girls and shit. I can't march with them type of niggas, man. Serious, man. And, and that shit is, too many of the motherfuckers is getting a pass right now. Because in order to have a revolution, baby, you gotta start in your own fucking backyard. Understand what I'm saying. See, a lot of people didn't understand what I was saying before this COVID-19 thing happened. You feel me? They thought I was just one of them idiot ass niggas. Yeah, this old conspiracy theory ass nigga here. He ain't saying shit. But then the blackout happened. And then my words came raining back over the motherfuckers like prophecies. They know I'll be telling the truth, man. The niggas at the highest motherfucking order know that I'm telling the truth. They just be laughing at a bunch of you motherfuckers, man. Because they know that most of the people are the sheeple. Real talk. So they basically play the game all the way around the board, man. And when you go into them protests, you gotta understand, man, that it ain't no fucking game. It ain't no fucking game. A lot of people are inserting themselves thinking that they gonna get it passed. They gonna, yo, this just peacefully. Nah, nigga, that shit can turn any moment. Them motherfuckers could be having a bad day and they be like, man, you gonna beat these motherfuckers' ass and spray them niggas, man. Because they know that a lot of the white people that's protesting, they know that the motherfuckers are spoiled ass white people who know that they getting the motherfucking pass. Because like I said, they get them 1,000 chances before they really give up on them on anything. You know? So basically, that's why they say, you know what, let's give these motherfuckers a little sample what's really time. And basically, they played the youth like fools because the youth didn't have the right wisdom to basically use prevention methods to prevent that type of shit. You gotta know your environment. You gotta know what it is, man. Like only a motherfucker with a smart motherfucker with half a brain would have said, you know what, man? They just buried a cop this morning, man. We ain't gonna do no protest tonight. Cause them niggas gonna come out. They could have been shooting motherfuckers last night. If they was in New York, niggas would have been probably getting shot up. LA, the niggas probably would be getting shot up. Chicago, niggas probably would have been shot. Because basically they know them motherfuckers, when they protest, they go way all the way. Because when we protest, nigga, we protest. Real talk, man. Real talk. But I want to give a shout out to the youth, man. They got, they had, basically, I'm talking about some of them that had, the right agendas that was basically had it in their hearts to, try to make a change. All these other dudes, man, they just clowning. Trying to camp out somewhere, a lot of homeless niggas, a lot of a different type of niggas that just want to, just band together on some dumb shit because it ain't nothing to do. Because they shut everything down. The little white kids can't go to school no more. The little black kids can't go to school no more. They ain't got shit to do. We gonna protest. This shit feel good. That's what the cops seen. They said, you know what? They think this shit is a game. They think this shit is really a fucking game. But I gotta give it to them. You know what I'm saying? They tried their best. Real talk. And they trying their best. They speaking out with a voice that should be heard, man. And they getting results. We are getting results. However it is, it's not even the fact that we're getting results. It's not even that. It's the fact that this is now teaching people, this is just the spirit of the whole movement is changing society as we see it. People are now understanding that, listen, man, we do got a motherfucking voice, man. We can make moves. And we're gonna have to make moves, in order to counteract the plans that's coming against us. I'm mainly talking to the youth, man. Because, that's who's gonna inherit this shit. And I'm the righteous. Yeah, because basically, that's what they gotta basically say, man. And if y'all serious about making a difference, I'm talking to white people. If you're serious about making a difference, then basically, it's gonna be a difference. And if we're serious about making a difference, it's gonna be a difference. But you gotta understand one thing if you can't understand two. You have to understand that you can't march with evil motherfuckers. I'm talking to the righteous and the youth. You can't march with evil motherfuckers. It don't mix. It's like oil and water. It's like oil and water. I can't march besides motherfuckers that's just, you know what I'm saying? I know these motherfuckers are straight fucking rape-o, pedophile niggas. They don't, you know, they terrorize our motherfucking race, our women and children, and race just like the rest of these, you know, just like the white people do. Serious, man. The cancer sores on the backs of our race, man. And black women too, man. Black women in that shit too. You know, you guys, a lot of niggas sleep on them. They rapists and pedophile motherfuckers too. I've seen that shit. But anyway, man, back to the essence of the conversation. I bring that up because what I'm starting to see in society today, man, is a bunch of motherfucking couples that's coming out. They actually coming out thinking that it's okay to come out in public. A motherfucking pedophile thinking it's okay to come out in public with a young girl and shit. I see that shit all the time, man. I'll be like, yo, look at this pedophile ass nigga, because you can see the age difference. And a lot of, you know, and a lot of this shit, and this is the problem, this is one of the reasons why God's wrath is here, man. Because a lot of that shit is, they trying to make a lot of that shit pedophilia, all that shit, the laws of society, that shit is not against the law. And God know that, man, because what they trying to do, they trying to resurrect everything that's supposed to be outcast through, you know, in the eyes of the laws of God, and make that the norm of society, and make everything that's the norm of this society the outcast, to make a mockery of God's laws. Real talk. To make a mockery of God's laws, man. And we got a lot of that shit going on right now. That's why I got, you know, I be having all type of motherfuckers with their eyes on me. I got a bunch of motherfucking Satanist ass niggas that be trying to watch a nigga. A bunch of motherfucking evil gang member niggas. Because you know why? Because when the devil's followers know that you're telling the truth, and you trying to bring about awareness to a youth to wake them up, they know that their reign will be coming to an end soon, and they trying to basically counteract that by, you know, trying to slander, defame, and do anything they can to motherfucking get these youth, our youth, up under their rule. And this is what we have to understand. This is why when I was talking to the righteous, I said, yo, listen, man, I'm talking about Christians, Muslims, and Jews, man. We can't sit by quietly and watch our youth, because it's happening in every religion. It's happening in every race. The youth are being snatched up by the Antichrist, by his cult, by his movement. For real. From this Rainbow Coalition shit to all this other shit that's the devil's movement, to the motherfucking woman's movement under the banner of the Rainbow Coalition, all this shit, man. And they make that the normal society, so when somebody normal speak out and bring it into the forefront, that's the person that, you know, you liable to lose your job, you liable to fucking get killed by the police or some shit, like you liable to get taken to jail, all that shit out here, man. And this is why, one of the reasons why God sent his wrath of a looming economic collapse to come. Yeah. Of COVID-19, to make sure that these motherfuckers stay in the house or stay away. Yeah. Because what you have to understand, man, is that the truth knocks the brains out of falsehood. The truth knocks the brains out of falsehood, man. And that's what these niggas know. So they hate to even see me coming, because when I come through, I make a lot of these niggas look weak because of the fact that I stand up to the very shit that they should be standing up to. Yeah, because I stand up to the very enemy that they should be standing up to, but they bowing down to. So they be saying, man, I hope that nigga leave real soon. Our girlfriends are starting to like this nigga. They starting to catch on to the fact that we lying on this nigga. They see this nigga, chicken, because that's basically, whenever, like I said, whenever you spend your time jocking a nigga all day, talking about what a nigga don't have and what a nigga do have and where's that nigga at, man? And you giving a nigga like me more time than you giving your chick is gonna actually say, damn, what's the obsession with all these niggas with this one nigga? So basically, they gonna take a look deep in the depth on who a nigga really is. True story. And so basically, a bunch of these niggas are actually driving their chicks to a nigga and don't even understand. I'm trying to give you niggas a little fucking game, man, because a lot of you niggas are stupid. With all due respect, my brothers and sisters, nevertheless, yeah, when niggas spend their time talking about a nigga, what they gonna do to a nigga, I'ma do this, I'ma do that to a nigga. One thing you ain't gonna never hear these niggas running around saying is that, yo, I punched that nigga in his face and I ran his motherfucking pockets. And that nigga ain't do shit. Because most of the niggas ain't gonna approach me unless they were 2, 3, 4 niggas. Most of these, a lot of protective custody ass niggas out here that be snitching on a nigga anyway. Real talk. But meanwhile, back to the essence of the conversation, yeah, man, when you go into a protest, you have to basically understand that it does not always end peacefully, man. So basically, when I looked at that shit, I said, yeah, man, they just want to teach them. They didn't want to kill the white people. Nah, they didn't, because that would go against the rules of white supremacy. So they said, nah, we just want to teach these niggas a lesson what can happen in a real protest. And it's understandable. But to my white people, my white protesters, man, I give a shout out to y'all, man. Y'all did y'all thing. The youth did their thing. But don't just jump out in that water every fucking day, because it's not about that every day. Because I'm not saying don't protest, because we should all protest, especially as a motherfucking black man. But what I'm saying is that don't be so quick to get amped up to jump out there in that water, man, and think that shit ain't gonna happen. You gotta, when you got somebody that's leading you, man, they should be telling you, man, listen, man, get a pipe, take a pipe with you, man. Because that pipe might save your life, man. Even if you don't have no intentions on killing no police or none of that shit, the motherfuckers might be trying to kill you. And a lot of the times they do. They just was giving them niggas a pass because a lot of them were white. But in the real protest, and those are real protests. I know, I don't want to take nothing away from those protests, because I appreciate that shit. I appreciate all the protests that's going on, man, because we should be protesting. There's no black man or black woman that should come out their house and not be pissed the fuck off in this society, man. Because the game is set up so fucking unfair against us that all these motherfuckers should be protesting for a nigga. Yeah. Even though they could never even grasp 10%, they couldn't even grasp 10% of what the fuck we go through every day. But I'm not going to go deep into depth about that. I appreciate the representation. Cool. Thank you. Nevertheless, whenever you go into a protest, man, you got to go in ready. This shit ain't about fun and games, man. And that's why I was laughing, because I'm glad they taught y'all that lesson. Because I want to see who's going to come back out. That's when you see the real soldiers. That's when you see the real motherfucking soldiers. Because no, a lot of motherfuckers get cracked upside their motherfucking head. They be like, yeah, you know what? I ain't going back out there no more, man. Well, the ones that say, yo, let's go. You be like, okay, they got some real motherfucking issues and gripes. They for the motherfucking cause. Because this shit is not a game, man. It's not a game, man. All the way around the board, them motherfuckers ain't playing, and we ain't playing. But don't think you can just grab our culture by the collar and put that shit upon your shoulders and strut with my shit upon your shoulders and think that it ain't gonna be no consequences. This shit ain't a fucking game. Because this culture, nigga, we take plenty of ass kickings from the police and plenty of killings and all that shit. So if you're gonna jump out there in that water, you got that was a little lesson right there that to teach the youth. Say, listen, man, it's not a game. If you really feel this way, then you kill and die for your cause. But if you just thinking that you could jump out there because you want something to do, and you just want to get a few points from your the black people and look like you doing, cut it out. Serious. Because that shit can turn deadly at any moment, man. That's what a lot of people don't understand, man. And that's what a lot of people with wisdom ain't telling these kids, man. So now what they gonna start doing, they gonna say, you know what, when they come out here, we're gonna just teach them a little lesson, man. So they trapped the niggas off, entrapped them niggas and had them come somewhere and just spray them down a little something. Just to show them, yeah, we can get your ass for real. This is what can happen. And that's why I was laughing, because you gotta basically understand both sides of this shit. This shit ain't about fun and games, man. Thinking that, our culture is a fucking fad. A fad, F-A-D, as in David. A fad. This shit ain't a style, man, that you could put on your motherfucking shoulder and be like, and strut about and be thinking that it ain't gonna be no consequences, man. We suffer consequences every day, man. There's black youth in our culture that's dying every day by the droves. In Chicago, New York, LA, yeah, by the droves. And we go through this shit every day, man. So all them white people that trying to get points and shit, think this shit ain't no game. So when you jump out there, the real ones you gonna know when you see the real soldiers are the ones who's gonna come back and say, y'all, let's do this shit again. Y'all niggas ready? Because until we get some results, we gonna keep on doing this shit. And that's when you know that you are living the life of a fucking black man. I'm all close to it. Because you can never know what it feels like to be a black man behind enemy lines being fucked over every day. But anyway, I just wanted to bring about a little bit of awareness to the youth and to the righteous, man. Because the righteous, as far as I'm concerned, man, all of those knowledgeable leaders and sheikhs and pastors and gurus and all that other shit that's supposed to be our, the teachers of the world, the caliphs of the universe and everything else, I feel like all of y'all have failed society miserably, man. I just want that to be known. So basically, we have to bring about Somebody has to, give these youth, to give our youth a direction, man. Because right now, they just, running with their heads down, charging ahead, don't understand that shit, this shit is not a game. Now, I'm not talking about the black youth, but I'm talking about other cultures of youth. The black youth know what this shit is about. But you're gonna have very few of them. But like I told you, you can't go to a march with no evil motherfuckers, man. A bunch of occultist motherfuckers that's basically devil worshippers. You can't be going with you gotta have strictly people who are positive and righteous. This is why the police trapped this shit off, because he know that people in the motherfucker was undercover agent provocateurs and motherfuckers that was basically trying to play games, thinking that this shit was a game, and wanted to motherfucking, the devil worshippers wanted to motherfucking feed off of confusion and chaos. Because that's what the devil feeds off of: anger, confusion, and chaos. All that shit. Anger, confusion, all of that. So that's what I'm saying, man. I just want to bring up. So one thing you got to remember, man. Just remember something, man. Never fear the one who can lead you to the hellfire, but fear the one who can put you in it and leave you there. Remember that. And always remember this. Be careful of what type of media you listen to. Be careful of what type of media you listen to. Be careful of what type of media you listen to. Whether it be the news, whether it be social media, or whether it be somebody just whispering in your ear. Because it can have you hating the oppressed and loving those who are doing the oppressing. And with that being said, you have watched another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena, and I am your host and lyrical genius, baby, Black Titanium. Until the next episode, I'ma holla at y'all niggas. Hit that like, that subscribe button, man, and love your brother like your brother loves you. Because those who don't have the information and don't know will always be at the mercy of those who do know. Peace.